so in this one we are doing my Dragon Ball Legends end of September 2025 tier list here with the new Legends Limited Fusion 13 has arrived and he has made a big impact in the meta. You actually can see we do have 11 characters on this list here because I do think there's just one character that we need to have a discussion about. And we're just going to get straight into it with it being Kaio-Ken. We got to talk about this man. It's literally named for him because I don't know what to say. But right before that, I will say, here's my other channel. Gonna upload stuff there soon. Here's my Twitch. Gonna stream there every day. Sonic Crossworlds for now. So enjoy those. It'll be linked in the description if you want to check them out. Again, the other channel probably will have a video hopefully by tomorrow. Hopefully. It's gonna be a struggle, but hopefully. Now, Kaio-Ken, let's get into it. We gotta talk about this man. I haven't seen this unit do well since Boost. Actually, the day of recording this, did a stream earlier, and I fought Kaio-Ken's. I actually fought like 5 in a row. You know, some low star, some high star, but one was a 14 star. And 2 of them actually 14 star. One was on Saiyan Saga, and that's him with like 60% support, because Tien supports, Fiku supports, that's 60%. He did nothing. He got rushed, actually. He died, and he got rushed, and then the match was over because Kaio-Ken was dead. It was a 1v3 team. So terrible. Then I fought another with, I think it was UV4 himself and Namek. And again, he was triple Zenkai buffed, and he still did nothing. I have not seen this man do anything since Boost. People are saying he's amazing. I get told he should be top 5, he should be top 6, 7, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know what you want from me. If he does nothing in every single experience I've ever had against him, how can I ever glaze a character that does that? It's just not there. It's not in the cards for me. So I don't know if you've had a great experience with Kaio-Ken recently. I have not. Every single time I ever fight him, I laugh at him. Quite frankly, he's a mockery of a character. Every time I ever engage him, I never struggle. I never worry. I'm just like, oh, this is a free character kill, and he's not going to do much against me because he hasn't done much against me since Boost. So if you're a Kaio-Ken fan, great. Personally, that man, I don't know what he does. He just exists. He just exudes existence, and I don't know what that does for me, because you're not going to win a match from existing. You're going to win a match from doing stuff. And Kaio-Ken just hasn't done anything against me in so long, it feels like. So that's what's going on there. Now move on to the real top 10 here, with it being 9-10 actually being a shared slot of Kefla, and then we do have the Gammas. Yes, so Gammas being below Kefla right now, but it is obviously interchangeable there. Why is this the case? Let's get over it. Gammas, the issue with both these units actually that they share is there's no perfect teams to them. You know, Kefla does have fusions now alongside USV and 13, and I'll get into that, you know, more so when I talk about Kefla, you know, on her list spot here. But Gammas, they have androids, and androids is okay. It's just there's no peak third. I mean, Ultra Cell is decent enough. You could put leader slot UV4, Ultra Full Power, put Gammas, put 13, and put leader slots. Sure. But that's not a finite team. That's not them being required to be in the fight and even be in battle, because let's say you put UV4, 13, and Gammas, it could easily be a match where Gammas just coexist. Frieza, same thing. Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, same thing. Bombku, whatever. You want to put anybody, they just could kind of just exist and do nothing. But if you do kind of optimize them and force feed them to do stuff, you know, you go from Android 13, swap into the Gammas, you get 4 new cards, you get tag switch, you get below 30 key, you're going to infinite cover null, you're going to have cover null from your second plat now. They're definitely a good unit. It just more revolves around the premise of next week, sure, this could change with, you know, Purple Cell, the final explosion one, gets a Zenkai, or Tag Droids get a Zenkai, because this Red Ribbon campaign's only until next week, and then we're getting another campaign within this campaign up until the end of October there. So for now, they're fine. They will most likely get better by the time this campaign ends. I could easily see them shooting up to like 6 area, frankly enough. But for now, they're lacking a full third on their team. Even if Ultra Cell is back, which he's okay, it's not crazy, he's okay. Just again, leader slot somebody else. A different Ultra exists in the game, so do that. They need a better third than Cell. And a more pure off team would be better off for them. Especially because you have LFGB Zenkai buff there. That's so free. The EXL gives HP and have Zenkai buff to the Gammas. They're on a good track. And this is kind of where Bombku was initially. Bombku was in this 8, 9, 10 area initially, but then we got UV4. Then Bombku got skyrocketed up. Easily, same thing that happened to the Gammas here. So, kind of hoping it does. Gammas deserve to be good. Gammas deserve to be kind of top tier, which they were on initial release. Though they had UVB right after, so they were a little bit, you know, spooked by that. they're good. They're pretty solid. Just again, no finite third. And then Kefla. So again, her team right now would be alongside Fusion 13 and USV. Got it. Great. The issue I stem with that team is Kefla is very selfish. How 13 works is he wants to keep rotating, you know? You run 13 with Cooler, and then, okay, Cooler's whole job is to do snipe cards, and then from there, you swap out somebody else, and then you kind of keep rotating that premise and keep it going. And that's how 13 optimizes very well with Zenkai Cooler as an example. Well, Kefla wants to always be in the fight. You know, she wants to be in for this 30, 40, 50 counts, the multiple vanishes, the gauge that can reset on its own merit. You know, she wants to be in. But that doesn't work finite with the team. So while Kefla does have a better team than she's had, it's just that team doesn't fully optimize itself. It kind of dwindles itself. Like if I'm thinking about teams, right? I'm thinking, okay, would I rather run a movies team right now of, let's say, Zenkai Cooler, Metal Cooler, and 13? Well, that team has more harmony. That team really has a good triage of characters, a good color synergy, equip synergy, and it allows them to kind of work better off one another. It's not better individual units fully, but it is better off one another in a team setting. So I probably want to run that more, PO/movies. Do I want to run androids with Gammas, 13, and then UV4 or Ultra Full Power? I probably want to run that over fusions, despite, again, Kefla being a good individual unit. It's just that synergy within the team isn't fully working together. Kefla is too selfish. 13 is too much of a supporter than he is a more damage dealer, which he does fine damage, just he wants to support as well, much more than anything else. So when you kind of have that anti to one another, I don't think Kefla becomes worse. It's just that team doesn't shoot up to the highest degree of lengths. If Kefla was less selfish and she kind of didn't need to be in or want to be in 24/7, yeah, this could go up. But because that team is only revolving around the premise of like just make Kefla do everything and then 13 can maybe support from time to time, you're going to see his support more frequent on androids. On any other team in the entire game, but 13 on fusions will support the least he ever does. And well, what's the point of that? This unit's meant to be that supporter that's doing crazy stuff and using his utilities very effectively. If you're not allowing that for yourself, well, how could the unit shoot up in tier placement? This unit's dwindling 13's value, and I think I said 17 before, 13's value. So Kefla, again, it's not her own full fault. It's her kit design is what it is, and it's not a bad design. It's just 413's flow within. It isn't ideal. It's not idealizing Kefla. So that's what that is there. I don't think that's a bad placement. Again, if you're top 10, I think you're a fine unit. Even if you're like top 15, maybe even top 20 Copium, you're not a terrible unit, right? So not bad. It's just you would have assumed Kefla would shoot up, and it's more like she's just staying, if not going a little bit down, because the other teams just have more harmony together than a team with Kefla and, you know, fusions there, which again, it is really her only team, unless you want to do like Kefla, Namek, and whatever, Kaio-Ken, Goku, and well, that's just kind of a little bit in the past than what it was recently, especially because Zenkai Cooler is much more effective. And now, though we won to number 8 here of Mr. Bombboy. Let me take a little swig of coffee real quick before I explain this real quick. Fantastic. Bombboy, I actually think he went down, which, again, no fault of his own fully. It's just, I've actually seen him a bit with, what is it, Super Saiyan Goku or UV4 and Frieza or Namek Goku and 13. I've seen kind of odd teams with this guy. He is still a core GT unit, and he works best on GT, obviously. It's just, he really could get victimized so easily. Let's say you're running Bombku with Namek Goku, which I've seen a little bit more recently. Zenkai Cooler, I mean, enters. This guy is neutral 10 counts when there's Super Saiyan. Namek Goku is indeed a Super Saiyan. Bombku gets Fodderized. I've even had it where Cooler, that's not type neutral, is destroying Bombkus. And I'm like, if Cooler's destroying Bombkus, well then I know UV4 is, I know 13 is, I know GC3 Kus, I know everyone else is. If the disadvantage unit can destroy Bombkus, I'm sure everyone neutral, if not advantage, can also do this same premise. So Bombku isn't technically worse off. It's just more so, well, more effective when this came out. This unit has low damage guard. This was always the thing people were harping on. When he first got his Zenkai, we saw his details. And we have a new unit that gives a lot of damage inflicted to the game. So the defensive units are going to take a hit if they're not bulky enough. I mean, even here, Gammas are not a bad defensive unit on their cover change, but it's only on cover. Gammas are very susceptible to being a Cooler victim, because once that defense neutral is gone, Cooler enters, pop, 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 3 strikes. Gammas are taking a fuck ton because 50% support is a lot of support, and that's what 13's given to Cooler. So, Bombku, in the same vein, I mean, again, he is a better element factor here for a lot of the game right now, because there is Reds that are running more amok, but he still can get kind of falterized. Not a terrible unit, not a fantastic unit, but I think he is more valuable than the Tag 4s. You can see Tag 4s are probably being like this 11, 12, 13 slot, similar to maybe a Metal Cooler thing, Ultra Perfect Sellers around that area. It's kind of all that hazy spots. So, I think he's better than them, which, good on him. He kind of deserves to be a good unit. Tag 4s had a pretty decent reign of time when they were coexisting. I'm pretty sure they were top 2, and Bombku was definitely not a top 2 unit. So, he deserved a good buff, and he's doing well. He's doing okay enough. He could get better off. I honestly expect the Purple Ultra to be the next thing, since we haven't had Purple Ultra since UG goddamn 4. Bombku is blue. You can easily get buffs from that. Maybe even shoot up higher, because Frieza would drop down via that Purple Ultra, at least assumably, and things would go on the up and up for him. But for now, I like him here at number 8. It just feels like it fits the character. Then, move on to number 7 of USV again. I always say this guy is one of those. You see these every single time, every couple months, you'll just see that character that you don't face often, but you know is good, and you're just like, do I even gauge him high? Do I gauge him low? Like, what do I do? This is just the middle of pack gauging. Like, yeah, I've run into maybe 2 USVs in the last 2 weeks, maybe. But then, those matches with USV were tedious, grueling, annoyances. And USV was the whole culprit behind that. He's okay. He does his job well. He's definitely still the best defensive unit in the game right now. It's just, again, you just don't fight this character. I mean, people mention fusions with Kefla. I don't fight Kefla. I fight Gammas more. I fight Kaio-Ken more. I fight Bombku more. If I'm talking about any unit on this list I don't fight at all, it's USV 1 and then Kefla 2. So that's where it goes there. Again, I know what he can do. I have him. I've run him. I understand his capabilities, his power, and his premises behind it all. It's just he is a bit of an anomaly to ever run into because, well, for one, UV4. For two, people just don't have him at the star level you would want to have him at least 10 stars probably. Even, you know, despite he gets his plot equipped at the 8-star marker, or 7-star rather, but 8-star you pull him second time, you just don't want this guy below 10 stars because he is meant to be that wall character. So having him below 10, it would just be counterintuitive to what you want. So he stays there. I cannot gas him. I can't really say much more positive or negative because, again, I don't fight the character. You don't fight him. I don't fight him. This is just not a character we're fighting often. He still has capability, still does his role pretty well, but you don't fight him enough to validate anything higher than this. I think you could actually validate lower, but I'm looking at Bombku to USV, and I'm thinking, even if I fight Bombku more, I know USV is doing more in a match. Despite not fighting him more, I just know he does. So that's what goes on there. And then we move on to 5-6, which is definitely the controversial tier here. But, hey, this is where I'm feeling it. So this is where I'm feeling it. With it being 5 of Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku and 6 of Zenkai Cooler. 5-6 obviously meaning interchangeable. So if you want to have Zenkai Cooler 5, GT Goku 6, or leave it like this, feel free to do either or. Now, let me explain Zenkai Cooler. I've been talking about in this entire video just kind of passively. This man has gotten saved. I didn't ever think he was the worst thing ever. I obviously understand that he did not run perfectly, and he definitely had flaws that needed amending, especially better burst damage being the main flaw, because he did not burst as well as he should have, just like he did on his release. But now, oh my days, you know, call it crazy, but when you have a character giving you 50% support, as well as color synergy of a full team, yeah, Cooler is going to cook. And there's actually 2 teams I would advise for Cooler. Maybe there's a third that exists. I haven't tried enough, but Zenkai Cooler, Metal Cooler, 13. I like that team. I think it's fun. I don't think there's anything overpowered on it. I honestly think Zenkai Cooler is pretty overpowered on it, but like people would not agree with that, obviously, because they think he's very undertuned and shit, frankly. Or you could try Blue 13 Namek Goku instead of Metal Cooler, and Zenkai Cooler. Obviously, that team is a little bit better off, though you will note, if you ever fight a Zenkai Cooler, your 13 ends up becoming a Zenkai Cooler victim because of Namek Goku. I've actually had a couple matches when I was testing that team, and it was a lot of the time where I just had my 13 die because, or my KO guard pop within 10 counts, 5 counts even, because I had to be victimized by Zenkai Cooler. And that's what he does. Every single time I ever fight Namek Goku or there's Namek Goku on the opponent team, I will pop KO guard bare maximum amount of time this will ever happen, 15 counts. KO guard is usually gone by 10 counts. Because it's simple. You lead, whether it be Namek Goku or Metal Cooler, okay, then you go into your Zenkai Cooler from there once you get the combo started, and boom, you pop it. He's not defense neutral. He's not going to live it. Even without the support, Zenkai Cooler could easily pop KO guard even before this big buff to him within Fusion 13 here, and he just gets stronger from that. Having the Endurance Null main is very effective. You can see Bombku exists there, UV4, Frieza. Those are 3 units that you're going to run into pretty often, and guess what? He can Endurance Null and Quick Attack into kill, Strike into kill, get Cover Null off that, and keep spamming strikes because they keep swapping. He gets damage inflicted, and he keeps drawing a strike from that. You can get a lot of things going with Cooler. He can easily snipe the Gammas. I already mentioned this. I've had it actually, the unit next to him, which is why I put it 5-6, because this really happened too much. Every single time GC Super Saiyan 3 Goku would enter, and then Zenkai Cooler was allowed to come out, 3-carded dead. Just 100-0 type shit, and I'm just like, yes, I like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Yes, I understand he's good, but every single time I'm fighting one, he's always dead in 3 cards from Zenkai Cooler. I'm just like, I can't say Cooler's bad. I can't say he's lower than this and the other if he's just destroying that guy as well, which the unit, again, next to him, he is destroying. So, hey, this man, I've been on his hype train since. I did not think he was as bad as people stated, and I think he did well on initial Zenkai. Obviously, he went on a different route of team, but now, PO/movies, whatever you want to call it, or just Namek Goku leader, alongside 13 and Cooler, both teams worked incredible. I ran both teams today, and, well, the day of recording this, and I lost one match. One match in 3 hours, and it's just, if that's not enough, I don't know what else would be, right? One match in 3 hours sounds like a lot of matches, and that's a lot. And now the same matches, I'm running into the Kaio-Ken Glaze, I'm running into the Triple Ultras, I'm running into other Coolers, I'm running into other 13s, running into UV4s, Friezas, and yet, despite all that, that trio prevailed, whether it be with Metal Cooler or Namek. It prevailed, and it wasn't difficult. These matches were not tough. These matches were very simple, simply put. I mean, it was just easy as hell. So Zenkai Cooler, I can't lower him than this. I mean, keeping him tied here is honestly being generous from me, because how many Super Saiyan 3 Gokus I have sniped with Cooler, every single one I ever fought, just sniped. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's not that confident of a 5. It's kind of a, iffy 5 at that point for me. But Super Saiyan 2 GT Goku, again, he has a pretty good offensive unit. He does do his role well. It's just, again, he is a tad bit squishy, so getting that tied placement is where that falls. But nothing changes for him. He doesn't go anywhere, really. I mean, if he moves up or down one spot, that just means 13 is either better or worse than him, and he moved down one, so that means 13 is better than him. So he stays around that same prospect that he was once at, which, good for him. I think he can pretty easily fall with how squishy I've seen him be recently, but it is what it is. For now, he's not there. I don't expect the yellow to drop, especially when, Gamma just got their plat. I mean, us getting a yellow LF possibility, I mean, I guess, because Kid Goku was the last one, to be fair, but I don't see it happening soon. If it does, maybe he gets screwed over, maybe he doesn't, maybe UV4's a savior. Who knows? We will find out. For now, I'll keep him at a cool 5. I don't think that has changed because nothing has drastically impacted him. It's just Zenkai Cooler has sniped him a lot, and it makes me worry for the little guy. Now, move on to number 4, where, yeah, this is where things change. So I must take another hit of coffee here before we go into that change. And when I say that, you clearly understand what I'm about to put in the tier list, right? Yeah, Namek Goku goes number 4. I'm sorry. I've seen enough, I've run enough Zenkai Cooler specifically to really validate this. I'm not just putting Zenkai Cooler up here for show and tell. I'm putting it up here because I know he's effective against characters. And again, the best mechanic Namek Goku has is KO guard. I don't care what 13 does against his lock-in. I don't care what he does against everything, the extra damage to blue, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. It is just the optimization and helpfulness to Cooler to allow Namek Goku to be just more off food. I've already had it before this buff where Zenkai Cooler was always sniping Nameks. It was always popping KO guard fast. It's just that the team itself was just not good enough alongside the Fiku and Super Saiyan Goku. It was fine, just that trying to run a support type that's not doing any damage is always just a weird spot. 13 is a support type that also can do damage, so it's a much better spot. Cooler being good hurts Namek Goku. Again, I don't care what 13 does specifically against him. It doesn't matter. It's because of how good Cooler has become is what's hurting Namek. Obviously, UV4 is still very prominent, very powerful, and very, well, omnipotent, realistically, and he destroys Namek Goku with ease, but it is mostly a good 70% of Cooler gaining stock. Cooler being able to be run as effectively as he is. I snipe KO guard like I am picking an apple from an apple tree, and that apple is right here. I am picking it, and it's easy, it's consistent, and it will basically always happen. I give KO guard snipe from Cooler, I give that probably like a 90% success rate. Maybe even higher. It probably is like 95, maybe 94. I don't miss the snipes. It happens. It always happens. This unit loses a lot of his stock, at least in retrospect, compared to the rest of his kit, when his KO guard gets popped. He still has his lock-in. He still has his AoE green. Sure, I'm not going to downplay that. He still has very tedious and annoying and very good mechanics, but his best mechanic gets popped like a cherry instantaneously anytime Zenkai Cooler is run. You know how I know that's true? Because I'm running into other Zenkai Coolers, and when I was running Namek Goku with Cooler, my KO guard, gone, gone, gone. It just insta-faded. That's it. There's no changing it. It's just what happened. Didn't stop itself, didn't change itself, just kept happening. So Namek Goku has to dwindle. It is not specifically because 13, obviously he helps. It is because of Cooler. Just so we're all in the clear, that is why. Do not blame 13, it is because of Cooler. Though, 13 helps Cooler, so it's partially him, but it's mostly Cooler. And obviously UV4, but that's always been a thing that hasn't changed. Now move on to the top 3, where it is going to be Mr. 13 for number 3 for me here. This man, he's insane. I have this guy low as hell stars, from having to pity him to now getting him to 5 stars. This man is bonkers. He does pretty solid damage from what I've seen. I will say he will struggle to get his gauge to level 5, which I don't think you ever really need to. Most matches, you'll just have the others doing so well that you won't even get to that point where you need to get his level 5 gauge. There's going to be times you will, kind of timer matches, mirrors that are going on, but most times, I mean, you just have, again, you go to Zenkai Cooler, you burst out, you go to Namek Goku, you burst out, you go to any unit in the game with this guy's support, and you burst and you destroy everything, you're probably not going to end up going to timer. But if you do, you will struggle to get his level 5 gauge. More consistently, through a long match, you'll probably get to like mid-level 4, maybe touching level 5 at like the last 15, 20 counts, which I don't think you really fully need to worry about. While he doesn't get the neutral till a lot later in the game, at least offense neutral. Again, he's just offering so much support to his allies. Even if they're neutral, he's just going to let his allies destroy things. Like Full Power Frieza gets destroyed by Zenkai Cooler when he's supported 50% from 13. Even if I'm not a purple unit, I'm still ending up destroying that Frieza with 3 strikes, getting him to like 70% health gone, and then drop combo strike off the main ability, boom, Frieza's dead. Endurance nullified. Bop, bop, bop. He's dead. And that's because Fusion 13's support. As well as the support, by the way, the rush extra damage does help. It will clutch you up matches from time to time. Very rarely, but it will happen. Just always pop his second main before he dies. Even if you know you're about to die, pop it. You get extra rush damage for your team. Why would you not want that? Always do that. Even his first main as well. Does give your team ally health restoration, which is very nice. And then his support, not just 30% that he gives and the 20% that he has inherently. No. He's giving you key and cards on his swap out. Metal Cooler, for an example, has no key, no cards on swap. Well, run with this guy. Metal Cooler actually gets the combo extend. You use a little bit of burst with Metal Cooler. It's not going to do crazy damage, but it's something more than nothing. Then you go to Zenkai Cooler to really finite finish them off. All that stemmed from this glue gun of 13. This guy is insanely effective. You know, I said it, GT3 Goku should age decently, and he has decent aging mechanics. But if we're going to like a top tier option of aging, 13 is the one. If there's an investment you can ever make in a character, we are not getting many support type LFs because they are notoriously very strong. You know, Beerus being a little bit of a whatever, but to be fair, when he got a Zenkai, he was literally the best unit in the game. He was just the first Legends Limited, so he was a bit wonky. But LFSA aged like a goddamn demon. Beerus on Zenkai was the best, and this guy, he's in the Ultra tier. This is an LF in the Ultra tier. This is not going to happen often. You will not see this basically ever, honestly. Like this is the anomaly of anomalies, but he's there, man. It is going to be a wicked ride. Again, we should be getting a purple Ultra, if not for Festival, right before Festival. I mean, there's only one way this guy can go when that happens, and that's up. He won't be going down when a purple drops. Matter of fact, number 2 here, which I'll just put them up now, of Frieza, number 2, and UV4, number 1, Frieza would be the one going down. And again, 13 would skyrocket up. 13 could even make it to top 2 in the game. Think of it like this. We could have the Ultra Purple drop. Let it be, let's say, Bojack. I don't know. They like to do villain Ultras before celebrations. Bojack drops. He's purple. He becomes top 1. Okay, well, UV4, gonna take a little leg down. Maybe number 2, tied number 3 with, you know, Mr. Fusion 13 here. Then that purple is so strong, Frieza drops down to number 4. Imagine that. This man tied. He could be tied by the end of this next month, Mr. 13 here, with UV4, if not even above him at number 2. It has been a while. Last time I remember was Rathan Ultan 1-2 when Ultan first dropped in 6th anniversary. That could easily happen here. 13 is on that track. He's there. Again, he doesn't even have a full team. He has perfect equips. He has strike equips because he has even stats. He has blast equips and even has defense equips. All 3 of them work. Now they're all coherent within, you know, run movies or run androids or run this type of team. And for movies it works. For androids it's getting there. He's just so free and vast. It's insane. I'm shocked he has even stats is what I'll say, because with how good he is, even stats was a way kinder blessing than anything. If he didn't have that, I'd probably have Namek Goku above him. But even, he could fit anywhere in the game. He supports everyone in the game. What else do I have to say besides that? That's enough. Then number 1 and 2, Frieza and UV4. UV4 again still holding his dominance, but Frieza, nothing really changes. I mean, a blue unit dropped. I don't know how he would go down. I will say 13's disruption does hurt Frieza. I mean, it's better against, obviously, Namek Goku, his big disrupts, because of the extra stuff he does against him. But, you know, 13's big disrupt the one time ends a combo, frame 0, unless the opponent swaps, which a lot of people don't even recognize that you can't swap in combo more, but the whole card destruction, key reduction, nuke that he does is great. It's very good against Frieza, especially if you plan it where they just did a beam. Okay, then you go to your 13, their blasts are sealed. You know they have blast cards because it's mostly blast teams with Frieza because he's a blast unit. And then boom, the combo could end because the blast seal. Or they swap out from Frieza, they click, you know, Namek Goku because triple ultra. They click the blast card, oh my god, it's sealed. You got a free combo because of 13 doing that. So 13 definitely isn't the most perfect unit against Frieza, as he is blue, but he definitely isn't, you know, a bad option against Frieza here. Definitely does do a good job compared to any other blue in the game. So take that as you will. But again, Frieza still is top dog. I would be very simple to say that this top 3 could somehow, if you can make the Z abilities work, end up being one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team in the game. Again, Z abilities are probably wonky on this team, just looking at it on paper. But these 3 here do try to amalgamate the best teams in the game on their own individuality, whether it be Frieza with UV4, or even UV4 with 13, and then GT3 Goku, or Frieza with the Gammas and Fusion 13. Again, you can always amalgamate one of these top 3 with the other, and then make one of the best teams in the game. And that's what they do. So Frieza stays there, number 2, and then UV4. You would assume he kind of doesn't go down. I mean, he still has that neutral on switch attack, so he can make 13 a lot of his food. He is a very effective team. GT is still a top 3 team in the game. That doesn't change. It's more so that other teams just are catching up to the best teams, which is what their team's doing to his maximum effectiveness. but those units are not up to the tier of these top tiers, right? Zenkai Cooler is not in this top tier category. It's just he got a lot better, and he's a lot better against specific characters than he has ever been. But he's not competing with these top tiers, and some of these teams are not fulfilled yet. I'm actually pretty interested to see how October does shape out to be, because there's a lot of potential here. You know, there's a lot of teams that are coming up. You have movies coming up, POs coming up, Androids coming up, GT's up here. Namek is actually dipping. You have the Triple Ultra team kind of taking a hit because Namek Goku is being much less effective than he's ever been at this current meta. And the Double Ultra team, well, maybe that third changes, maybe the Purple Ultra drops, and then something happens where that Double Ultra team of Frieza and Vegeta doesn't even start being run anymore. And you're just running into this new Ultra, and then this character, this new Ultra, and then this LF. We will see. October will be an interesting month, to say the least, for the meta, because I think there's a significant change here. Obviously, you do see an Ultra out of the top 3, which thankfully happened. So hopefully it goes more positive, because again, I like this. I like that we're actually changing the tier list. We're not just keeping it the same, with it being Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta at number 1, Ultra Full Power Frieza at number 2, number 3 being Legends Limited Fusion 13, number 4 being Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, number 5/6 being Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku, and Zenkai Legends Limited Final Form Cooler, number 7 being Ultra Super Vegeta, number 8 being Legends Limited Bombku there, number 9 being Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, as well as 10 tied being Legends Limited Gamma 1 and 2. And then we gotta talk about this man in the category of Kaio-Ken Goku, because I need that man to become effective, because he's not making my list. He ain't making it. I probably am over Fiku. Yeah, but like, he's still not high. He's not top 10. Let me know what I think of my top 10 list to the end of September, and I'll see you guys in the next one.